Hey folks, I am Ian Baker and I am here with Mike from Keystone Bullet. Welcome back to another First Look. This is the Bullet 250 BHS and it is an awesome family floor plan. Folks, here at the Ultimate RV Show, we have one of the easiest ways to get an RV today, and that is Easy RV. All you have to do if you're interested, as we're going through this one or any other one in the show today, is text Easy RV to 32094, put Easy RV in the comment section, or call 866-853-3510. And I'm excited about this trailer because it's a little bit smaller than some of the other ones we've done. It's a bunk house. There's a lot of great features. I love the color in here. Mike, my friend, take it away.
All right, appreciate it. So Bullet is all about really the balance, ultra lightweight. We have a great balance between the price point, the values that you're getting, and then also just really trying to keep the weight down and give you the most value for the tow that you're getting. And again, you know, the price point is also really good. Speaking of the price points, we've got three different places. We've got the Bullet, which is right in the middle. It's going to give you a really good trim level, a really great place to start. If you feel like you want to go a little bit less expensive, then we can go over into the Crossfire.
Okay.
Still going to have the same look here, which is going to be the coastal cottage interior is what we call this, that nice, bright, modern look. Mm-hmm. And then you can go up a level into the Premier.
Okay.
And the Premier gives some extra features on there that really are going to help you with your resale value, and also just, you know, just the longevity of the trailer itself, you know, just a little bit of a higher trim level. So
excellent.
Here in the kitchen, one of the things that we did this 2 years ago, actually, not this last year, but the one before, is we went ahead and we made the backsplash cover the full back side of it. Really gives a nice break up here with the light colors, and then just also gives a little bit of an additional protection for the walls here.
And I like that you went, you know, from the counter all the way up. I think it gives a nice, complete, clean look. A lot of times, manufacturers just put the backsplash like behind the sink or behind the cooktop, and I like that you wrapped it the whole way around.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other thing, we've got the single basin sink, nice and deep. This has got the solid countertops. Well, these are the seamless countertops here. We've got three different types of counters that are really common in these types of trailers. You have the regular T-molds. We got away from those a couple years ago just because these hold up a lot better. So these are the seamless ones.
Especially right here.
Right there, because it already has the edge, right?
Yep.
So, and a nice little way to be able to tell the difference if you're walking in, because they've done a good job on the T-mold to make them look like they're more of a seamless piece. You know, the trick is kind of looking at the sink here, being able to see if the sink is wrapping over the top, then it's going to be a T-mold countertop.
Yep.
So this is the seamless. It doesn't already have the line in there to be able to accept water. The thing with the pressed wood that's underneath on these is if the water gets inside there, then it tends to swell up. So this kind of keeps that from happening. So then the next level is on that Premier, is where you're going to get to the solid surface countertop.
Sure.
So I'm sure we're going to have another video of that, you know, probably later.
Sure. The other thing I like about this too, Mike, when you talk about undermounting a sink, is not only does it look cleaner and give you, you know, more of that residential look and feel, but also it's, for me, it just makes a lot more sense, a lot more functional, because as you're sitting here prepping your food, it gives you the opportunity where you can just take your crumbs in your food and wipe it into the sink.
Yeah, it's a real good point.
It is so much easier than when you have the lip and it sits there and it gets stuck and you have to clean around it. So for me, I mean, I'm 100% sold. I love an undermount sink.
Yes, absolutely. That's a good point. Something we added this last year as well is the pop-up outlets.
Okay.
It makes it to where it's a little bit easier for you and more convenient. If you've got your, you know, toaster oven, or, you know, a little toaster, coffee machine, coffee maker, Keurig, whatever you have, you can just plug it right into there. USB ports as well for your cell phones or something else that's going to accept that. Then we also have got the lower profile hood here over the range, and that gives you a little bit more space just to be able to work here. So some of the other ones will sit a little bit lower, and it's just, you know, you kind of
hard to get in there.
Yeah, get underneath there. These have got the hidden hinges on the inside. They're a little bit thicker.
I like that.
They're going to last a little bit longer than the other hinges that you see out there sometimes. Also, these are solid wood doors here on the cabinets.
Okay.
And we also
nice
make
shaker
sure.
style there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have the brush nickel pulls. I like those on there as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Again, just a clean look. Now, folks, The price on this one, again, we talked to Mike, he said this is an excellent value at the price point. The price for the Ultimate RV Show, you're looking at this one comes in starting at under $30,000. You can pick this one up starting at $218 a month, which is an amazing value. Simply text EasyRV to 32094, put EasyRV in the comments section, or you can call 866-853-3510. Mike, one of the things I do love about this kitchen here is all the storage you have down below. A lot of times when you have, these, I don't want to say smaller floor plans, this is kind of a mid-size, but a lot of times you sacrifice drawer space in the kitchen. You have no idea how many times I've come in and there's, one, if you're lucky, one drawer, sometimes two, but you guys have a full bank there.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good eye. I'm glad you pointed that out. That's one of the changes we made from the 243, which is what this was made off of. The 243 was one of our top sellers last year, and it's just a really good tried and true floor plan, double over double. We'll talk about the bunks here in a minute, but it's based off of that. We wanted to make a couple of those little changes, and on that last floor plan, we did have just a small couple of drawers there, so we wanted to add this bank to be able to give them a little bit additional space. The other thing that does is it gives you some more counter space, something that you'll see on this type of floor plan, which is a fairly common floor plan out there, is the subtle changes like having a little bit of preparation space here. The glass top range, to be able to double that and use that also as a place to be able to use to prep if you're not cooking on it. There's just some little things that are additional bonuses. Something else that we did this year is back here underneath, we opened this up to be able to fit a little additional storage inside there.
Yeah. I like that. And then what do we have over here? So, okay, looks like you got a little bit more there. Sorry, it's my water bottle. I got a little thirsty, but it looks like you have some good pots and pan storage under there too. Looks like it's fairly deep, kind of running right back there. So, love having the extra storage.
And there's kind of a nice little sneaky spot on the back corner here that you can kind of get to here to be able to hide some stuff. So it's deceivingly deeper back in there as far as the storage.
Perfect. Why don't we move down a little bit? Why don't we talk about the entertainment center here?
So that was one of the biggest changes that we wanted to make when we went to this, is adding the entertainment center directly across from the dinette.
I love it.
Previously, we had it sitting over there, so you kind of had to turn your head. That was one of the big goals that we wanted to accomplish by switching from that 243. Like I said, it was one of our top sellers, so it was really one of the things we had to make sure if we were going to change it up, we wanted to make sure that we were doing the right thing. So we tried to ask some questions from the dealerships, get some sales guys, information back, what they're hearing from the retail customers, and this was one of the big things, is get the television right in front. Now, something else that you can do is you can replace the dinette with a theater seat. So if it's not important for you to be able to have a table there and you're not really feeling like you're going to use that much, you can definitely upgrade to a theater seat. And again, now you've got the television sitting right across. So on a rainy day, you can just sit back and kick up the chairs or kick up the feet and, watch them. So another thing that we added here is we have got lights on the back side. It just kind of gives you a nice little ambience. So when you have the rest of the lights off, you're watching a movie, you can still kind of see pretty easily to get back and forth. And just, frankly, it just kind of looks cool.
Well, and honestly, I like the glass that you chose on here too. It's decorative. It helps break up the wood a little bit, but it's not over the top. It's still classy. It's, again, something you would see residentially in a house. So I think you guys had a great choice there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We actually spent quite a bit of time discussing. We went through, it's funny that you point that out because we did. We talked about 4, 5, 6 different types of glasses because that's exactly what we were going for. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Thank you. We wanted to make it to where it was something that wasn't just plain, but not over the top and not going to turn anybody off from looking at it.
Yeah, well, I think you absolutely nailed it.
Thank you.
And guys, if you agree, if you think they nailed it too, you're going to want to text EasyRV 32094 or put EasyRV in the comments. That way you can take advantage of the great pricing here at the Ultimate RV Show. Now, Mike, I'm pretty sure you have something kind of tucked away behind the TV as well. Is there something right over there?
Yeah, right back over here is a nice little area for you to be able to use as a pantry. If you're not bringing a lot of food, the kids could use it as additional storage from the bunk area over here for some of their stuff, but it's nice and deep for whatever you want to use it for. There's plenty of space in there.
Oh yeah, look at that. Now, is there additional storage right down below there as well? Is that what you got there?
Just below it is another small little area to be able to use. So we're just, again, trying to utilize any of the open space that we've got here and make it to where somebody can hide little knickknacks and anything that they want back there, really.
Yeah, I love it. Excellent. Let's take a look in the bathroom in the back corner here, right next to the bunk. So, this one, again, does kind of allow you to have the corner bunks, the bathroom right here. What I do like about this is it's very easy access, right? Like you just walk in. If you need to use the bathroom, boom, it's right around the corner. You're not bringing a bunch of dirt and everything through the camper. It's right there for you.
Absolutely. And as a lot of us know from being out there in the campground, you'll meet people that you don't necessarily know that well. It's one of the great things about camping out of the campgrounds. It's
the best part about it.
You're sitting out there just making new friends, and you don't have to worry about them, coming in and having to walk all the way through your trailer. You can just come right up here and use the restroom if you're out there.
Perfect. Yeah, I love that. And I think you guys did a great job. It looks like you have a lot of leg room here. You know what? I'm going to do this. So I'm 6 foot tall, just to kind of give you an idea. I can sit down here and I still have plenty of leg room, no problem at all. Great shoulder space. Have no issues there. I love it. You still, have the nice, pretty countertop in here. Storage underneath too. And Mike, that's something that's important for me. Is I personally like to have a trash can in my bathroom. Mm-hmm. So I love when you have the extra storage when you don't have the shelf in there. A lot of manufacturers will put a shelf in, and I get it. It's still usable storage. But I personally like to have a spot where I can just kind of tuck away a trash can, and that's perfect.
That's great. One of the other things we added this year in the medicine cabinet is we made that a little bit deeper too.
Okay.
That was something that some of the research that we had done, we found out that people wanted to have a little bit more storage inside of there for the stuff they want people to see necessarily.
Sure.
And so that was something that we added this year. It also gave a little bit of a larger mirror in there that makes it a little bit easier for you to be able to get ready to go out.
Yeah, I like that.
So the bunk area,
yes, sir.
Something that's really unique about this over here for the kids is we've got the cubby holes back here in the back for their personal storage.
Okay.
It's something that a lot of times it's easy to overlook. What are the kids going to want? They've got their own little place for, let's face it, there's a lot of digital things that they're going to have, whether that's going to be an iPad, a cell phone, a little game console or something. They have the USB ports back there to be able to plug and charge those up. But another big thing is we have 4 windows in these double over double models, almost all of them with Bullet.
Okay.
And what that does is it gives you additional cross ventilation, a little bit of a better breeze going from the front to the back. We do a great job in the RV industry going side to side, but try to pay attention to get when the wind's blowing the other way.
Yeah.
And so we have that, but the other thing is the natural light that you get. We've already got the nice bright look inside, but then having some additional natural light coming back. The ventilation, just making it to where the kids don't feel like they're so trapped back there.
And I never thought about the ventilation. That's a great point. Like my first thing I always think about is the natural light, because it does. It really helps brighten up the space, especially in the bottom bunk. But I do agree that I like the added ventilation. The other thing too, Mike, when you talk about the electronics, I know I personally, like when we go camping, I'm trying to get away from electronics, but there's those days. You have rainy days. And if, I have a 5-year-old at home, love her to death, but when it's rainy and we're in a smaller space, sometimes it's nice just to be able to have her right back here, and she can, be on the tablet for a little bit, just unwind, read a book. So for me, I think that's almost a must-have.
Yeah.
And I also like this right here. This is something that I think is often overlooked, is the ladder. The reason being, again, my 5-year-old, she wants to sleep on the top bunk, right? That's where she wants to be. When you're a kid, if you don't have bunk beds at home, I don't know why, but bunk beds are the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so she wants to sleep on the top bunk, and this right here is what allows her to do it, because otherwise, she can't make that jump, she can't make the step, so this lets her climb up and in. And I know it's one of those small things, but for me anyway, I think it's something that's definitely overlooked.
Absolutely. No, it's a really great point. The other thing that's good is it is 300-pound weighted. So, I mean, an adult can get up there.
Okay.
If you forget, we've got the labels right there, so you'll know exactly. But, yeah, if you're just going out and the kids are staying home, or, maybe you've got, another couple, another friend that's got, you guys are going to put the kids in one, and then you guys are going to take another. So you've got some options as far as where you're going to be sleeping people.
Okay.
One of the other new things that we did this year is we made it to where you've got some additional storage here.
Oh, look at
that.
that.
It's just a little bit more flexible for you.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's excellent. And the thing I like about that too, right, is not only is it storage when you're traveling, but the other thing, a lot of times in these bunkhouses, you just don't have a place for like dirty clothes. So here, you can put like a laundry basket under there. You have plenty of room, got a place for the dirty clothes. You need to throw like a duffel bag or something in there. You can still access it.
Yeah.
I love when they're able to put that extra storage in there.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, so, Mike. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, no problem. One of the other things that we did is we went ahead and we added the marine vinyl on this slide out. Got rid of the carpet. Something that we've been hearing a lot is people just are not wanting carpet inside of here. It's just something that's easier to clean, and you don't have to worry about, getting mud and gunk off your feet or shoes, coming in and
Yes.
going into. So it's still comfortable, and it still gives a little bit of a different kind of a breakup from what the vinyl flooring is.
Yeah.
And but it is another option to carpet.
Yeah, I personally love it. Like you said, I think it's a good color contrast. It's easy to clean. The carpet, in my opinion, is one of the things in the interior that tends to date a camper, because it gets dirty, and after a while it just gets stained. It's hard to clean. It's hard to get a steam cleaner in these smaller spaces sometimes. Right. So having something like that will, like you say, definitely help with the longevity.
Yeah.
And I like the U dinette as well.
Yeah. Nice, plenty of space inside there. This is the larger size U dinette to give you a little bit more seating across the back. And then we've also got the accessible storage right here on the underneath. Now, when you go into the Premier, that's one of the other upgrades you get is you'll get a full drawer that'll pull out.
Okay.
So, and then so there's just some different things again with the trim levels. So
now, Mike, when you say this is the bigger U-shaped dinette, so if I drop the table down, right, just pull the legs out, drop the table down, is it the back cushions that are going on it? Do we have a separate cushion that goes on the table? What are we using to make that into a bed?
So really what you're using as far as that goes is you'll be able to take these two, those will sit there, and then this one will go right in there and it'll sit over top. So then that'll just give you the full coverage. These are just basically extra once you've got it turned into a bed. So you can kind of sit them up against. You could use them to rest your head on or just set them off to the side.
And being as big as it is, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you can sleep 2 adults there.
Yeah, you could. They're cuddling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You
could be close.
Definitely not strangers. I mean, or maybe they are. I don't know. I'm not here to judge.
Depends on the situation.
Yes, but no, it is large enough for that. And it's something, again, adults, kids, the sleeping abilities and the different arrangements that you have in here.
Yep.
It's really versatile.
Now it looks like you have USB ports here as well on both sides.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yep. Good point.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, I know a lot of people today, especially today, probably more than ever, are, working remotely, working from home, and this kind of gives you that ability. If you're sitting right here and you need to plug something in, you got the capability to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And remember, folks, if you're interested in this one, you're going to want to text Easy RV to 32094 or put Easy RV in the comments section to take advantage of the great price that we have here on the Bullet. Mike, let's hit up front. It looks like I guess we'll hit the fridge real quick before we head into the bedroom. Why don't you tell me about the fridge, because this one has an optional fridge in it.
Yes, this year we went ahead and made a 12-volt electric fridge optional here. It is a little bit of a larger fridge, and then you can option to the gas and electric that gives you a little bit more versatility as far as usability. Whether you're using just electric or gas. This is the dual option, gas and electric.
Yep.
From Dometic, and then we've also, again, the other one. It looks a little bit more residential. I personally like it a little bit better when you go and you look at it. And it's also a little bit larger to hold some stuff in there because you don't have, as much.
Stuff in the back,
mechanically
basically.
In the back, that's taking up some of the space.
Sure, yeah. I mean, anytime you have any kind of dual fuel, when you're looking at gas and electric, then, like you said, you can have a little bit more back there. So
Correct. Yep.
It's always good to have options.
Absolutely.
All right, Mike, let's head right into here, into the bedroom. I really like what you guys have done in here as well. This is one of those things where a lot of manufacturers, it's very cookie cutter, but you guys have done some things in here that definitely help set it apart.
Great, thank you. Yeah, the one of the things we added last year was we want to have drawers, place to be able to put socks, underwear, the unmentionables. You got a place to be able to hang up, and then any of the clothing you can fold them, put them down on the bottom. We also have got pillow side shelving on both sides that do have both USB ports and your 120 outlets there. So you can use it if you need a CPAP machine. Something else that just kind of paying attention to some of the details is with a CPAP machine, if it's got the humidifier in it, you need to have it beneath your pillow.
Yep.
Because otherwise it can get some of the condensation inside there.
Yes.
And so that was one of the things we wanted to make sure and do is we have that recess. So you can set that in there and it is made for it. And then up along the top, you've got a little power port in there to where you can put the power cord down through and plug in, an outlet, whether that's going to be for your cell phone or you're going to use an alarm clock or something like that.
Well, Mike, and it's funny because, when I do a lot of my YouTube videos, I always bring up, the CPAP machine and point out the electrical outlets. And people always ask me, like, why do you bring that up? And I think a lot of people are shocked that I use a CPAP machine personally. Okay. So when I go camping, it's one of those things that I look for. And so I always speak to it. And I personally appreciate when manufacturers do it because, you know, when I'm camping, I still want a comfortable night's sleep. Like I still want to wake up and feel rested, not tired. So I love that that more and more manufacturers are starting to pick up on it and appreciate that you look at things, like you said, like having it a little bit lower than your pillow. It's just one of those things a lot of people just don't know.
Correct. Yeah. And you know, that's something that we've heard a lot. You're not alone by any means. There's so many more people out there than you would think that are using those. So yeah, we hear it at the shows, the RV, you know, retail shows all the time as reps out there. We put the same glass that we were just talking about up in the front, keeping it matched, you know, but also breaking up some of the wood, nice storage areas up along the top here. And then also this year, one of the big changes, and you can see it when you walk in and you really feel the difference, is we have the domed roof. So last year it was flat, and that was one of the changes that we had made this year.
Which really makes it feel a lot more spacious. I mean, it feels really open in here.
Yep, and it feels just as a 25-foot, you know, travel trailer here, with double bunks back in the back, a full bedroom that's closed off. You know, it really does feel a lot better with that.
Yeah. One of the other things I did want to mention, Mike, is right over here. I noticed this guy. Looks like you have a little clothes hamper there. Yeah. So, you know, again, we talk about a spot for dirty clothes. There you go.
It's straight down to the pass-through storage. It makes it real easy for you to be able to just grab that, grab a laundry basket, put it underneath there, and then just take it out and go do some laundry if you're going to be camping for an extended amount of time.
Or
just leave it out of sight and out of mind.
there you go. That's right. I don't want to see it. Get it out of here.
Get it out of there.
All right, Mike, let's go check out on the outside. Again, folks, this is the Bullet 250 BHS. If you're interested in this one, you want to text EasyRV to 32094 or put EasyRV in the comments section, or you can call 866-853-3510. That way you can claim this offer. And folks, this one, you're looking at starting at $218 per month. All right, Mike, now that we're outside, why don't you kind of walk me through the outside. One of the things I noticed early on was that we had big storage up front. Yeah. Again, something that you normally don't see this size door on a camper this size.
Absolutely. It's, you know, the length is what we went for. There's some of them that are, they've gone for a little bit deeper of a door. We went longer because we wanted to be able to make sure that you could fit one of the folding tables, chairs, and stuff like that, laying completely flat inside there. You don't have to have them angled up or anything. Something else that's really cool and unique is we've got pegboard.
Oh, look at that.
This is an actual composite material in there, so you don't have to worry about moisture getting to it and touching on like a cardboard type material like your regular pegboard.
Oh, yeah.
But it does.
Yeah, look at that.
It does accept any of the regular hardware that you can get for pegboard organization over at any of the hardware stores.
Awesome.
So great place to be able to store tools,
that's really cool.
Poles, you know, fishing gear, anything like that.
That's one of those things, again, that you just don't think about, and I love that it's the composite. That's a cool upgrade.
Yeah.
Very neat.
The floors I like to talk about here. This is a Bow floor. It's It's a little bit thicker than your standard paperback lino.
Okay.
So it's just a really nice floor. But the underneath side of this, we have our Hyper Deck. So what Hyper Deck is something that Keystone is using on a lot of our laminated travel trailers, and it's completely and totally waterproof. So you can take this floor, soak it underneath water, bring it back out, dry it out, and you have nothing in there to rot because it is completely and totally composite type material. You don't have organic products in there. So no mold, no rot, no.
That's awesome.
The smells that come along with it, you just don't ever have to worry about that.
And one of the other things, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that it has greater screw retention as well, right?
Yes.
Which is huge.
That was something that was really great for us to discover. The main goal was that obviously we go through all the different testing, and yes, the screw retention testing did come out as it was stronger.
Fantastic. Well, let's walk around to the front, the other side. I know I saw the little bump out there, and I do want to get over to the other side. But before we do, Mike, let's hit on the fact that this one comes the power tongue jack standard. Is that right?
Yes, it does come standard with a power tongue jack.
Cool.
You have your dual battery crates and your 2 propane tanks here as well.
Okay.
You have a quick disconnect for the battery.
Oh, very nice.
Right there. And we've also got a new box here that will hide all of the wires that used to be, you know, in there. It just kind of look like a nest egg, so it just keeps it nice and clean here.
It looks like you have solar prep right next to that as well.
Solar prep right there, cool. For the trickle charge.
Yep.
There's also another solar prep, which is the ZAMP solar prep, that would be connected up to the roof, and then you've got right there underneath that box is where you'd be able to put your the inverter.
Okay. Awesome.
Here is the central fill station that we've just upgraded year after year over the last couple years.
Sure,
We just keep on saying, man, people are loving this thing, and we keep hearing good things. So this year we added hot and cold ports with a higher pressure spray.
Okay.
So that way, if you've got a child that you're spraying their feet off, or flip-flops, yourself, a dog, anything like that, you can actually have some warm water out here to be able to spray in a higher pressure.
Perfect.
Then you've got right here is where you're going to be able to bring up your hoses and connect over here to the freshwater, city water connections are coming up here. And then right here is your black tank flush.
Oh, very nice.
That's a very useful feature.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't know about that. And I'm surprised every now and then I'll come across, it's something that we take for granted because it's been around for several years,
Sure.
as people are. But if you haven't bought an RV for several years and you're coming, you don't have to bring the hose on the inside to the toilet and go and put that in, and you just go in here and it sprays it out for you. It just makes it so much easier.
Love it.
One of the big changes that we made, and this is extremely convenient, is we have the water heater bypass and your winterization mode right here. Something that has been, we've seen in some of the larger fifth wheels. I've not seen it in a lot of travel trailers. So it's something fairly unique for an ultralight.
And for someone like myself, from the Midwest, like that's an important thing to have because you got to winterize. So I love that you guys have thrown that in there. Folks, again, this has been the Bullet 250 BHS. If you're interested in this one, simply text EZRV to 32094 or put EZRV in the comments section. Super simple process, folks. With that, we can get you a virtual visit. So that way you can look right at the one that is in your area. Check out the 250 BHS. Make sure it has the fridge you want. Take care of everything right over the phone, paperwork in the mail, and deliver it to your driveway. Mike, thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you.